Hello, fellow Cravers, and welcome to another Top 5. This time, I am joined by one of the original members of CTG, and I would say one of my good friends here, to a point that I even let him control the podcast one time. Yes, it is Shimmy Shimmington III, also known as Red Shimmy. How are you, mate?
I'm very well. GD, how are you doing, mate?
I'm very well. It's been a very eventful couple of weeks. What about you, mate? How you been?
Yeah, been okay. Chilling out. Lots of time off work.
Yeah, I've not had that opportunity.
All right, no, I'm still not back till the 8th. So.
Oh, I've been back for the past couple of days. I had 2 days off. I had Christmas Day and Boxing Day, and then I had New Year's Day off, and then of course a few bits and pieces in between. Anyway, we're not here to talk about our work. We're here to talk about gaming.
Yep, that's correct.
Yes. So, mate, well, we already know the rules, but I'll a little bit give you a bit of leeway with this kind of stuff because, to be honest,
special character.
Well, it's not just that. You find entertainment in games a lot longer than I do.
That's it. I play for I get invested in a game. Lots of them are multiplayer. That have been going on for 5 or 6, 7, 8 to 10 years. So.
Yeah, but the thing is, as always, I get given the top 5 before we do the streaming anyway.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest, mate. You've done quite well for games that you've played at least for the first time this year. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to let you kick things off, mate. What is first in your top 5 games?
The first game I'll talk about is probably Fortnite.
Right. Yes. So what have you been playing on PC or?
PC and PlayStation 4.
Oh, okay.
Which I've got as well.
Oh, I know that. I know a couple of us have been playing on Xbox ourselves, and I think Doc had Fortnite in his top 5 as well.
Yeah. I think I've been playing it because PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds has been out.
Yeah.
Well, in its alpha beta stages for a while on PC, and even though I've been playing that, I feel Fortnite is a lot more of a relaxed experience, more enjoyable for I don't know, playing with friends and having a laugh and a calm down. Nothing serious. It's free to play, and it's just a nice little game, and it's got regular updates. Lots of new things are coming into it.
Well, the thing is, the game's not properly out for at least another 9 months, and I think when the actual game comes out, it's supposed to be a free-to-play game anyway, isn't it?
Well, you've got the Battle Royale 100-man 50 versus 50 mode.
Yeah.
Well, so it's 100 people. It's 2 in the groups of 1 up to 4 people. That's free. If you buy into the game, you get the PvE side of it, which is against defense against zombies.
Yeah, I definitely know the PvE side of it. Yeah.
That's another aspect to it, which is the paid side. You get lots of little goodies when you buy it as well, but I've just played the free part, and it's good fun. I've met a lot of decent people in it as well. The community's nice, and it's a cool game.
The thing is, mate, I know that we want to do a bit more. We want to do some streaming of the Battle Royale side of it anyway this year. So, like I said, mate, if you ever want to join us, you've still got Xbox as well, haven't you? So I think
I've downloaded it on there. I've just not played it on it.
Yeah, well, you're always welcome to join us for a bit of Battle Royale, mate. You know you are.
Well, I've already won a few games, so I'll help you out.
Look, I don't mind. I think we did. I think it was me, Hanksy, Heavenly, and James. We ended up doing the squad one, where you got a squad of 4 people. I think we came second as a squad in our first game, and then that's when it all went downhill. So, but
random events.
Oh yes. Well, we also tried the 50v50 as well, which I'm going to be honest, I've had a ton of fun with that. And it's just so much nice because it makes you want to stay and watch the rest of the match as well, just to see if your team does end up winning at the end of it. And it seemed crazy because you've got like 9 or 10 people running together in a group, which is which I think this is also, like you said with Fortnite, it's doing regular updates with it as well. Where it seems a lot more. It seems
every
more.
week there's something little.
Yeah, it's not just that. It seems a little bit more stable as well.
It's very well optimized. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I get like nearly 200 FPS playing on my computer. It's smooth as butter.
Mm. And it's not just that. Coming from a console side, it's nice to see that it's a game that's not just on PC or just on one console. It's on both consoles as well.
Yeah, cross-compatible on PS4 to PC as well.
Is it? I didn't know it was cross-compatible for that. I knew it was. Like I said, I knew it was on PS4, but at the same time, I'm surprised they actually did that, knowing how Sony's been with cross-compatibility at the moment.
I know, and you thought Microsoft and Xbox would have PC, and yeah, I thought that would have been the other way around, but apparently so. I've not tried it myself, but I know you can. When I linked my account to the PS4 one, I was the same level, but when I did it on the Xbox, it was my gamer tag, and I sort of started again.
Well, hopefully. Later in the year, hopefully we'll see more cross-compatibility for everybody, hopefully. But yeah, like I said with Fortnite, I would have put it in my top 5 as well, but like I said, there was other games that I enjoyed. I think it was at the same time I've completely forgot about it, which it happens. But yeah, it is definitely a game that I enjoyed myself, and definitely going to enjoy again a lot more this year as well. So
yeah, it's a fun game too, a serious genre of battle royale games, I think. So it's definitely one to keep downloaded and play every now and again.
Yep. Anyway, mate, let's move on to your next game in our list. So what is number 2 for you in your top 5?
I'm gonna stick to the genre, but flip the boat entirely and say PUBG, PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds.
Right. So I'm guessing you played the PC version of it.
PC version, yeah, which has an official full release now as well.
Yes.
Before it come out on the Xbox and all that.
Well, my only experience with it is the Xbox version myself. But like I said, it's not the full release like you have on the PC. But this, I'm one of the, like I said, we've been following the news this past year, and you can see how much PUBG has basically taken over the PC landscape at the moment.
Most played game on Steam at the moment.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
I think it's the most purchased game in the world as well at the moment, or something like that. The most owned copy, or currently, I don't know what the hell it won. It's amazing anyway. He wants to make films out of it.
I want to see how they do a film out of PUBG. I'm going to be honest. No, wait, you have. It's called Battle Royale.
Battle Royale, yeah, or
Hunger Games, yeah.
Similar one.
So, yeah, why is PUBG in your top 5? Well, I've got to ask this. You know I've got to.
Well, I was against getting it. I watched a lot of gameplay on Twitch, a la Dr. Disrespect and all that.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
And what I see in the gameplay and how I've experienced it myself after I got the game is the game as an engine, as a system, as a product of someone's creation is utter diabolically poor to be released as a game.
Yeah.
Because it's poorly optimized, the servers are terrible, there's lag, there's the RNG on killing people is terrible, the actual gunplay, compared to something like Rainbow Six Siege, which is an amazingly made game, perfection.
You're making me wonder why you put this in your top 5 at the moment, mate.
This is the flip side. So it's made by children, it seems like.
Yeah.
But the children have the best imaginations, right? And when you come down on that parachute, as opposed to Fortnite, you just feel so immersed and you're so tense all the time from thinking you're going to be killed.
So,
and it's I play in the first person mode, you're scrambling for those weapons because because you land with nothing. You know what I mean? I know it's the same as Fortnite, but Fortnite's just so laid back and relaxed. You don't care if you die. You ha laughing, funny. It's all cartoony, but PUBG just draws you into the game.
The thing is, like you said, it's a completely opposite effect to it. Okay, it's the same kind of game mode that you've got there. But I think, like you said, with Fortnite, because it is a more cartoony graphics side of it, it just feels like more of a fun time that you're having there. And
it shows how different ends of a spectrum one genre can be. You know, like there's different racing games out there, different Even back in the day, I mean, yeah, you play the wrestling games now, don't you? And it's,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
the
yeah.
same one. But back in when I was on the PS1 and even the Sega, there was a few different wrestling games that were out by different companies at the same sort of time, and they had their own different flavour. The same way these do, it's just because it's the same genre doesn't mean it's going to have the same effect on your game, because it's emotions that you feel. It's like any form of multimedia, listening to music, watching a film, watching a TV program.
Well, it's like another gaming genre that I would say follows the same thing. Look at racing games themselves. The thing is, you can compare one like to a Forza or a Gran Turismo Sport, and then the other to something like a Mario Kart. So they're both technically still racing games, but they're so opposite. One is more serious, while the other one is you're there to have a laugh.
Yeah, and they both can be played seriously, but it's those emotions. When you're playing Forza, you feel like you're in the car and you can feel the car moving and the car shift. Where Mario, you're like, you still want to win, but you don't feel like you're Mario on the kart driving. You feel like you're controlling Mario and you're throwing banana skins and stuff like that. So
don't mate. I've been playing Mario Kart this last couple of weeks on Switch. I've got a hatred for blue shells at the moment. I'm just saying that now.
There's no blue shells in PUBG
yet. They might be. If they bring mods into it, they will be blue shells.
Hey, you never know. You never know. But it's one to not. It's not for the faint-hearted. But I know people who've played it and said, "Listen, I'm awful at the game, but I just love landing and seeing what happens."
Well,
and, adventure in it.
Well, like I said, we've ended up picking it up for the Xbox, which at the moment it's still not a full release. But what I've played of it so far, I'm going to be honest, I do prefer Fortnite over PUBG myself. But that's just my attitude when it comes to gaming anyway. Yeah. But I would say I have had a bit of fun with PUBG. And it's another game that I would love to do a series with. Just because I know I'll run in there. I will act stupid. You know me. I will go and try and punch things if I can. I think the only problem I had with it, and this was my first time going into the game, I think it took me about 10 minutes into a match to try and figure out how to bloody reload a gun.
Well, dear me, yeah. It is a complex. It's the same sort of button layout as the Armour games, which DayZ was based on.
Yeah, like I said, I've not played any Armour games myself.
I've played all of them and DayZ standalone and stuff. So I sort of knew all the buttons already. Yeah.
So either way, I know that PUBG is going to be. It's more than likely going to be even bigger. This year as well. And like I said, it's coming out on Xbox. I know they want to come out on the PlayStation as well when they get a chance to. The only thing is, I feel, and I'm really hoping that it doesn't follow a trend, that Battle Royales will take over all gaming aspects again. The thing is, I don't want this to be oversaturated with this type of genre. I think I'm happy with just the two.
I hope not. We had an influx of MOBAs when
and zombie games.
There was the Lord of the Rings one, and then the zombie games come out. Yes, Survival. But yeah, it's PUBG, man.
Yeah, PUBG. Anyway, mate, let's move on to your third game. What is third in your top 5?
Third, I'm gonna say, is Total War Arena.
Right. So. Now, you know me, I'm not a huge PC... Well, this is a PC game, I'm guessing, off the top of my head with this.
It is at the moment, yeah.
At the moment.
I think it will be forever, actually, to be honest.
I'm going to guess it's RTS, isn't it?
It's...
I like to point out I don't know anything about the Total War side of things.
Total War is a sort of turn-based / real-time strategy game. It's got both, but basically Total War, Sega were making... sort of MOBA style game which involved real world armies and battles and stuff, multiplayer, so 5 people on each team. You have a hero, warrior, so whether that's Achilles or Spartacus or whoever, Julius Caesar, and then you could have 3 platoon units, so you could have cavalry, spearmen, archers, etc., and you can upgrade them and go through add their armor, level up, and then you create those 3. So you've got 5 people with 3 groups, so you've got 15 platoons. So it ends up like basically a Total War fight, but with 5 people controlling different things, and you've got to capture points. And once your army's dead, that's it. You're out.
So is this? I've just looked up on Google about this game. So is this the one that is a first free-to-play title in the series?
It is, yeah. Well, Sega were making it, and then they sold the rights to Wargaming, who make World of Tanks.
Yeah.
That's how I got into the beta, yeah. So World of Tanks are basically what Wargaming have turned it into their World of Tanks model, where you have tier system, and you level up that way, and they've streamlined it to their own tried and tested engine.
Okay.
And it works well. I love history, so it's you know historically accurate to the way they dress and the weapons they use. And you've got to use your brain and get the tactics in there, but it's very slow paced as well. You know, a battle can last a long time.
Well,
and
the thing is,
decisions can make a big difference.
The thing is, a lot of games like that do that anyway. I think, like going with real-time strategy or turn-based ones. When you say turn-based, the first thing that comes to my head is Civilization series as well.
Yeah, well, this is one fluid, like you said, a real-time strategy one.
Right. So you got to think on your feet at the same time.
Well, yeah, Total War is turn-based in the single-player sense. It's turn-based, and then once the 2 turns clash and a fight happens, then on the map it's real-time strategy.
Okay, that's quite clever.
This takes the real-time strategy aspect, just the real-time strategy aspect. So you pick your hero, which has their special abilities. So if you say you wanted to go, they've got the guy out of 300. What's his name?
I know you're on about the Spartans.
Yeah, the Spartans. What's he called? King A.
Yeah.
No. So you've got this is gonna.
Well, do you keep talking? I'll search for him, mate.
Yeah. So you've got King Leonidas. Sorry.
That's it. Yeah.
King Leonidas. His specialty is like a shield wall.
Okay.
Major defensive line, obviously, because it's the famed 300 film. Which never actually happened. It's not historically correct, but his character's persona is there, so you can pick him, and he has the Greek tech branch. So you've got your hoplites, you've got slingers, and you've also got light cavalry. So then you can pick what you want, and you go into battle, and then you chat amongst yourselves. Then you're all sort of lining up. Right, you go there, you hold that. People are hiding in the grass. There's points to capture. There's watchtowers to capture, and you're slowly fighting there. And it's just you can zoom straight in and see the people fighting close up, or you can zoom straight out and see the map from a high point. You know, and everyone's moving simultaneously, fighting each other, and it's bloody good fun.
Well, the thing is, I know you have, like I said, the wargaming side, the people that make World
of Tanks.
World of Tanks, yeah. So, did you get into this game, into the Total War side of things through this game, or have you played any of the other Total War games previously?
I've played Total. I've been a fan of Total War since the very first game came out, and then I've had Total War Shogun. I've even got the Warhammer ones as well.
Yeah, didn't they just bring out a Warhammer one?
Yeah, they brought a second one out.
Yeah.
2017. I haven't got that one. I've got the first one.
You got the first one.
Yeah, that's why I've not put it on my list. Maybe I should have done, because I've only played it this year. But this one took premise because I think it's a bit more fresher.
Yeah.
You know, exciting for the future as well.
So, out of the games that you've played in the Total War series, where would you actually rate this Total War arena itself?
Well, because it's the same but different. It's the same premise of old age fights, but Total War for me is sat on your own without the pressures of having to play with other people. It's a single player game.
Yeah. It gives a little bit more pressure on top of it, if anything.
But it brings hope to a single player genre where actually, if only I could play this and fight one of my mates. You can do and just have the battles.
Which is nice to see. Like I said, a lot of the thing is we've been arguing, at least the last month or two, about single player games and online games. And it is nice to see sometimes where a single player series, I would say, has tried to branch out into that area as well, into the multiplayer side. I'm just looking at it here, it does look like a ton of fun. And I said with the whole...
It's, isn't it? It's old stuff, it's away from guns and fast-paced FPSs.
Which is annoying. I hate fast-paced shooters at the moment myself.
Yeah.
Sometimes nice having these kind of games where you can just sit back and relax, and this seems a little bit like you can do that compared to those fast-paced ones, but still have to think at the same time.
Yeah, you have to use your brain. So those who are have a good intellect, good eye for strategy, who enjoy your single-player games and your top war games, but want a bit of a challenge. But you know, like I'm getting old now. I struggle playing. What's it called? Call of Duty. My brother's got the new World War II one.
I've got that one as well,
and
mate.
He's jumping, quick scoping, spinning around, and my fingers can't keep up now, and I'm only 20. So I can take my time, and my brain can react, but my fingers don't need to react as quick enough in that split second. I can take 5 seconds to have to react before it makes any difference, and that's why this game, for me and people, you know, who I would deem like me, would probably appreciate playing.
Well, like I said, it's definitely a game that I've not heard of myself, mate, but it's nice that you've introduced me to it today as well. I might actually look into that myself when I get a chance. But
free to play as well.
Yeah, like I said, free to play, so it's definitely worth having at least a go of, I would say.
Yeah.
I'm guessing, is it PC only though?
It's PC only at the moment, yeah.
So I probably won't be able to have a go because I've got a feeling it's gonna be my PC's not gonna be able to run it.
You'll be surprised. It's not that. It's based on the strategy aspect as opposed to the graphics.
You say that, but how many times have I heard that? And then he says, "Nah, sorry, mate. You've got to at least have 64-bit." Screw you! Where's the appreciation of 32 bits? Come on.
That's half the bits. You need more bits.
I need more bits. Anyway, mate, let's move on to your next game and move away from this.
The next game is going to be War Thunder.
Right, so I think I've heard the War Thunder game myself. Is it the one with planes?
Planes and tanks.
Oh yeah, it's PS4 originally, wasn't it?
I think it is on the. Is it on the PS4 as well?
Yeah, it's on the it's on. It will soon be released on Xbox One. I wonder how old this Wikipedia post is.
Probably old, yeah.
Yeah, it came out on. So it came out on Windows November 2012. That was open beta. Then it came out on PlayStation 4 in Europe. November 29th, 2013. So when the PlayStation 4 was released.
Right, okay.
So it was one of the original games on PS4.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, War Thunder, mate. You want to explain a little bit about it, if people don't know what the game is?
Well, you know how I like the World of Tanks.
Yes, you do. You think you're famous for that now, mate.
I got into the clan side of it, and I quickly burnt out playing the clan battles all the time, having to go in the same tank, having to follow the orders and blah blah blah. So I thought I'd try War Thunder. A few of my friends were playing it. Free again to play.
Yes.
And it's got tanks in it, and the tank aspect is like PUBG to Fortnite scenario. So World of Tanks is has a faster pace and more of an arcadey feel to it, where War Thunder you actually feel like you're in the tank and the ground's shaking and your dust is in your eyes, sort of thing. And when the guns go off, they bloody go off bang, and the sway of the gun and everything, and it's brilliant. The main reason I put it on the list though is flying the planes, which I didn't think I'd like, and I avoided doing because I'm not really into planes.
Yeah.
I'm the tank man, but
of
friend of mine, all he does is play the planes mainly, and he's quite high up in the rankings of it. He's in like the top 2.3% of all players.
Okay.
And he said, "Come play with the planes." I said, "Okay." And my God, flying those planes is unbelievable. Doing all that, how much skill there is, considering there's no map. It's just an open space, isn't it?
Well, the thing is, the last time I had a go of it myself was, like I said, when I got my PS4 for the first time. I think it's like anything. It's a free game on there. You're going to download it to have a go of. And I remember having fun with it myself. like I said, it's even though it's an old game, this is the thing that I do like about the free-to-play side of things, especially on like PS4 and PC. The thing is it'll either flourish, like of course War Thunder has, World of Tanks has, or it will just fall apart. But this seems like it's definitely a game that's done quite well with the free-to-play aspect of it.
It does. The grind is still a long grind, but
then that's what you expect with a free-to-play. Yeah.
Yeah, and especially in the planes, you can still kill people a few tiers ahead of you, because unlike the tanks, which have armor and your guns bounce off, planes aren't really famed for having armor, are they? So
no.
Speed and your own skill flying the plane.
What about the Great Armored Plane of 1992, mate?
that never took off. But no, it's good to fly around, and you actually feel for the pilots when you burn up in the sky and or plummet into the ground. But there's lots of depths, considering, like I said, you're flying above the map, so the terrain's really got nothing to do with it unless you're flying low in a bomber bombing tanks on the ground or buildings. But it's just a different. It's just something else to play. You know, one minute you're playing a cartoon character landing off an umbrella into a 50 versus 50 match. The next minute you're jumping out of a plane on a parachute into a barn with other people trying to kill you. Next minute you're in a plane. You know what I mean? So it's just another sort of, you know, Total War. You're fighting soldiers on the ground.
You're controlling Leonidas. Yeah.
Then you're flying a plane. You know, and it's just those different things I've tried to do this year. Do different genres and than stick to one. People think, oh, I only just play FPS shooters.
You know, like you said, you're known for, like you said, your World of Tanks and stuff like that. But the thing is, in the end, like you said, you burnt yourself out with World of Tanks this year, I'm guessing. So it is sometimes nice, even with us, sometimes we feel like we're playing the same game over and over again. It's either GTA or Siege or something like that. But we do try and keep a little bit of a selection. It's like last month we ended up playing a visual novel called Doki Doki Literature Club. We're not going back to it. It was a good game.
I've just been watching you play that,
Yeah, we're not good when it comes to visual novels, I've noticed.
No.
You see Kev there just going, yeah, what's he on about? I don't know. I just get poems thrown in my face with that game. I wasn't happy with it. But in the same way, we do try and have a go of different genres if we get a chance to. The thing is, if we don't, you never know what will click with other people who are watching it, of course. And it's the last thing you want to be is known for that one thing. The thing is, I've seen many other channels which they're known for that one thing, which is so annoying. Because if that game burns out, what are you going to do?
Well, that's it. What you're going to do, you'll have nothing. You've got to dip your toes in.
Yeah, definitely. Anyway, mate, let's move away from War Thunder and this, and let's move on to, is it your last game in your top 5?
My last selection. Yes. Yeah. I'll put in a quick honourable mention before we do it, though.
Yeah, go ahead.
I bought Rainbow Six Siege on the PC. I bought the starter edition for £7.19.
You looking forward
to a fantastic game.
You looking forward to year 3?
Well, the starter edition is basically you get 2 people to start off with, and the grind's disgusting on it. I've only bought the starter because I still have it on Xbox One, so I am looking forward to do all the new characters on that one. But I play with my PC friends on this one, and it's a great laugh, and still to this day, it's probably the best FPS game. Yeah,
like I said, we still do a series ourselves with it. I think every time that a new operators and a new map, I think currently we have coming out the operators that have just come out and the new map, the Operation White Noise. Yeah. And even to this day, me, Kev, and who did this series of it, we had a ton of fun with it. Okay, sometimes the community can be a little bit of a
toxic as hell.
Yeah, but then that's normal with communities nowadays, isn't it? Especially if it's a very popular game, you will get that toxicity, which is Well, like I said, I'm really looking forward to what Year 3 brings out with that game myself. Especially, I think is the first month we've got like a zombie. Even though we had the problem with it, we've got a zombie mode type of thing coming out as an event. So I'm looking forward to see how that goes with that game.
Let's see how it goes. Yeah.
Yes, but yeah, like I said, enjoyed Siege. So anyway, let's go back to your top 5, mate. What's
the
number
last
5?
one is going to be Paladins.
Right, so Paladins. I had a little bit of a go of it. I think it's out. I've got it on Xbox myself. So
It's on PC.
It's out on PC as well. Yeah, well, I'm not surprised to be honest with that one. But so for people who don't know what Paladins is, please explain what is Paladins.
It's a first-person shooter, set in an arena style. It's like this cross-genre between a first-person shooter and a MOBA. So you've got points to control. Basically, it's Team Fortress 2.
I would say closer to Overwatch, if anything, because of the different characters.
Paladins was being made first.
Was it? I didn't know that.
It was in production first, but Overwatch is obviously the big come out by Blizzard, wasn't it? So was it Blizzard, Overwatch, or who did?
Overwatch is Blizzard, yeah.
Blizzard, yeah. So obviously they had the massive following already on it. And it's Overwatch is the bigger game, probably the better game as well. But Paladins is free; you don't have to pay for it.
Yeah.
And it's got a really good community, full of supportive people, and the heroes are fun. It's a great game.
Well, the thing is, I know with Paladins itself, it seems to have it seems like it is a bit of a better game, and it does seem a little bit more on an open worldy side. Not open worldy, sorry, open, more inviting, if anything. But then again, I'm not surprised because I've just looked here. I found out the developer is High Res Studios, who previously made Smite series.
Yep, it's the same Smite guys, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not surprised with that. A free-to-play game, free-to-play MMO-ish type of game-ish type of thing. It's got leveling up. It's difficult. Well, yeah, what do we count this up one as?
I don't know what style. It's a first-person shooter, but
team-based.
Team-based, yeah. It's a funny one. It's objective-based, isn't it? There's no team deathmatch. It's always capture a point or they have a siege mode where you take a payload to the end. Capture the point. The payload spawns, and you've got to get the payload to there. Yeah. They all stem from Team Fortress 2 from all those many years ago, where you'd have Team Red versus Team Blue, and you've got your certain heroes. The sniper, the tank, the scout who runs round, etc., the bombs expert, and then they go round and they have their own special strengths and weaknesses. Obviously the winning team is the winner. Yay.
I'm going to be honest, I'm surprised that it's taken this long to have other games that have followed that type of style as well. The thing is, Team Fortress 2 has been out for a long time now, hasn't it?
Yeah, and it's still very much played.
Oh god, yeah, I still have a little bit of a go at Team Fortress 2 when I do get a chance with it, which I'm happy with because they are such fun characters on there, and there's still very memorable characters on that game as well. Yeah. But like I said, I'm surprised how long it's taken because Overwatch is, I think it's nearly 2 years old now. And like I said, Paladins, which has just come out, well, it was officially released on September 2016. But still, it's still taken them that long for it to come out as well.
Yeah, they've took time making it. They're on the second World Series, though. He's actually playing live now as well.
Okay. What, for Paladins?
For Paladins, yeah. They've already had a World Series, so the esports side of it's being pushed as well.
But then again,
obviously High Res do the Smite as well, which is esports. So.
But the thing is, I'm not that surprised because it does seem like a game that is fit for esports.
It is, yeah.
The thing is, it's which I'm happy that, like I said, I'm a fan of that kind of genre of gaming because you don't really have to be that good to enjoy it. Type of game.
No, Paladins is like, even if you're bad at the game, most of the stuff you fire has a big area of effect, or the hitboxes are a bit larger. You haven't got to be precise like playing Rainbow Six Siege or PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds where you're firing a bullet at someone's head, this is easier to do. You know, if you miss throwing your health potion to support the frontline character and it lands on the floor next to him, it'll still heal him anyway because it'll splash on the floor.
Yeah.
It is catered. It's easy to play, but there is obviously a steep curve to master to get to be a professional. But it's easy to jump in and play.
So is there a type of game mode that you enjoy the most out in Paladins itself?
I like the siege mode where you have a capture point in the middle. It goes from, you have a bar on each team, first one to 100 on the bar, which is time spent in the zone. The payload arrives, which is like a truck full of bombs, and then you've got to push the payload basically by standing next to it.
Okay.
And take it to the enemy base, and the enemy's obviously got to stop you, and you get points depending on how far and close you go, and if you defended the push or if you pushed it all the way to the base, so on and so forth. But that's probably my favourite mode.
Yeah, I'm just looking at here the type of game mode. So like you said, mention Siege. So I said with that one, the first team to 4 points win the game as well. Payload, by the sounds of things, payload is more like it's basically an offense defense type of game with that one in.
The payload one is a long track.
Yeah.
So one person starts with the payload and takes it all the way to the end.
And they've got to reach a certain point by a certain time, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You either make it to your end and get all the points, or the other team may beat you if you only got it halfway, and then the other team got it 3/4, and the other team will get the points.
Next one's here, survival. So teams try to outlast each other on a relatively small map with no respawning.
I've never played survival.
But it seems like what's it called? Last Man Standing.
Last Man Standing.
Yeah. Then you've got co-op, which is basically a team of 5 face off against AI. So that's basically horde mode.
Yeah, I've never played co-op.
Onslaught.
Onslaught, yeah.
Teams battle over a large combat area in an attempt to take point control and earn points. There's that domination, basically. King of the Hill.
King of the Hill, of the Hill, yeah.
Yeah, and then of course you've got your test maps as well, which is simple enough. The new maps that come out, that the people can test it, or new modes.
Basically, yeah, a new test map there. The base released it just as like placeholder, like polygons and stuff, and cleared. So the shape of the map's there, but it's sort of like weird grey squares. But it's just the layout, and then obviously they play it and say, "Oh no, that archway's not very good because it blocks this from happening," and people type up, and then it changes. So the community does help change the.
Which you do want with that kind of thing. I'm guessing the test maps is open to everybody, type of thing.
Yeah.
They just ask if you can just give us feedback what you think of this area.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Which I like to see. I think, like I said, with them doing it with this, I know that Overwatch again, they do it as well, testing new characters and stuff. That's a good point. New characters, does it bring what do you get coming out? Is it just modes, or do you get new characters that come out as well?
There's new characters come out. I think when it first came out, there was about 8 characters and something like 20 now or something. So
okay,
there are new characters that come out. The characters you unlock with points that you earn. So they have like a free rotation of characters. So every week there's a different 4 that you can play for free without unlocking points. And then you get points depending on the game to unlock more characters. It's a pretty easy grind. It's not as bad as other games.
Yeah.
To unlock characters, but as I say, you don't need to unlock them all. You unlock the style of play you want.
Okay. So they basically do more of they follow off like the Smite type of things, where I'm guessing there's only certain characters that are unlocked at one point, and then you can either buy a pack that opens all the characters up.
You can buy a pack if you want all the characters up, yeah.
But then again, that's what I would want from a free to play. The thing is, yeah. I like that type of style, where you can either buy the single player that you know you're going to play a lot of, yeah. Or you have got the opportunity. I think they called with the Smite one was a Founders Pack or something like that.
That's exactly what it's called.
It's called Founders Pack again. So that unlocks everything, which is a good way of doing it.
Character when it comes out as well.
Well, I think they get that inspiration from, is it League of Legends that does that?
Maybe.
Yeah. Which one of them? Anyway, yeah, I think, like I said, I'm definitely going to have a go of Paladins again. I think I didn't really give it much of a chance last time. And now it's actually been, I feel like it is probably a little bit more stable on Xbox now.
It's a new game this year, yeah. They've put a lot more emphasis on it, and it's coming into its own now. I know they've had a big release for Smite as well.
Yeah.
At the same sort of time, which is changing the meta of the game, as they say.
Okay.
So just how it works a lot, and Paladins has sort of got a big little boost in that as well.
Well, the thing is, I should definitely enjoy it. I highly enjoyed playing Smite myself. So I'm expecting that I'll probably... And I do enjoy Overwatch, so I do expect that I will enjoy this game just as much. So...
Yeah, that's it.
So, anyway, mate, that is your top 5. Let's just go through them one more time. So we have Fortnite, PUBG, or PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. I don't know what I'm going to put on the screen now. Total War Arena, War Thunder, and Paladins.
Yeah.
So, yeah, a very interesting... A lot of them, of course, they all are online games. I just noticed that. But that is, like I said, that's always been your style, mate. You've always been the forefront when it comes to the online multiplayer.
That's it.
So, yeah, a couple of games in there that I'm definitely going to try and pick up, and of course some that I've already played myself, but I completely agree that I've enjoyed. So, anyway, mate, before we go, last 3 questions, which I've asked everyone else. Your favourite point, your worst point of 2017 in gaming, and what you're looking forward to in 2018. I'm going to start you off with... Let's start with the bad point. What was your worst moment in gaming for 2017? It can be news, or it can be something that happened to you.
It's not going to be personal to me, but probably the worst thing in gaming is obviously all this... again with the gambling and the loot box sort of scenario.
We've had that so many times coming up, but I completely understand why, yeah.
I think it's a sore point in gaming. Not only have I seen it easy for kids to pick up things, and it's the free-to-pay models really as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's their model, but when it's put into a game that you buy, i.e. the Star Wars.
Oh god, yeah.
When you've got to pay all this money again to unlock things. Call of Duty's doing it with the boxes as well. Booster packs and stuff to speed up the grind, I can understand, but it should just be a normal grind in a normal game if you've paid 50 quid for it.
The thing is, I completely agree when you come with that. The thing is, I've had a lot of grab, especially EA side of it.
It's DLC.
Yeah. But not when you basically blocking most of your game behind a paywall. Or it's not even a paywall, it's a slot machine, if anything. You don't know if you're going to get that character. But it's like with me, I don't mind loot crates myself in paid games if it's cosmetic. Like, for example, Overwatch, I'm alright with that.
Yeah.
Or if it's only a small part of the game, like FIFA 18 with the Ultimate Team. So it doesn't affect the whole game, it only affects that small individual part. But when it affects the whole game, like what they did with Star Wars Battlefront 2, then that's definitely crossed the line.
Darth Vader, and you might never get to play Darth Vader in 200 hours of gameplay.
Now, it's not me who's not... Okay, like, you know me, I'm not a fan of the Star Wars thing, but I'm just not a complete fan of this whole idea that they've done with it. And again, it's EA who are at the front of this again. I think EA's done so much bad this year. It's just so annoying now. And I really want to see how they try and backtrack next year from all this. But I doubt they will.
Hopefully they do, but people get suckered into it and people pay it now. You know, it's always, I haven't got time to play games. So you come in from work and you sit down and people have, you know, some bloke or woman's only got an hour and they don't want to grind. Their mate who's been on the grind, who gets 3 hours a night, chores or whatever he does. You know, I have lots of time gaming. So I can do the grind, but I can also appreciate the frustration. But
then, like with me, I'm not 100% not guilty for doing this kind of thing. Look at the WWE games that I do. The things I do buy the accelerator, but I buy it because I need the characters then and there. We use it as a tool more than a game with that one.
Yeah.
So, but then again, I buy the season pass because, of course, they will bring more characters into the game with that one.
Yeah, I think it's a line. It should be there because it helps people out.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be.
Random.
Game that you buy should force you to do it as a normal flipping gamer.
Yes, definitely.
I'm not enjoying all this content, and I never will get to see all the content unless I spend this money. Not, do you know what? I'll have all that in a month. That's my grind. That's my mission.
Yeah.
When you don't have that mission at end goal as a gamer, what's the point? Because you can't complete the game then, can you?
No, you can't.
You'd always be able to complete the game in a normal amount of time.
Yeah, so the thing is, I think, like I said, a month to complete the game is normal, I would say. But like I said, the one thing that does bug me the most of it is, and it's loot crates itself generally, is that it's random. And I think they get away with it at the moment is because they say it's not gambling because you are guaranteed something at the end of it. Not the thing that you want, but you are guaranteed something.
Random. There's no skill. They've had this on QI now on the telly before. They said they nearly banned darts because they said it's a form of gambling because it's random. You know, you're just throwing a dart at a board and it's random. And they said the landlord took this professional. He wasn't professional because it wasn't a sport at the time, but they brought him and said, do treble 20s, and he kept getting treble 20s.
Yeah,
and
well,
said,
the thing is, there is some
it's
skill in that game, yeah. With this one, no, it's not. You've got no skill in this game. You can't, I'm going to get myself the ultimate thing. No, because it's computer generated. You can't just, unless you hack the computer, you won't get what you want. But I completely understand, and like I said, this will be bringing up quite often. I won't be surprised if we do not hear the end of microtransactions and loot crates this year ourselves. So we'll just see how that goes. Anyway, that was your bad point. What is your good point in 2017 in gaming?
Good point is getting affiliated on me Twitch streaming.
Oh yeah, well done, mate. Seriously.
Yeah.
Welcome to the club.
Welcome to the club. I've got 3 subscribers already.
I've got no subscribers.
No.
But no. It's not that I need to unlock. I've got it there. I'm just not using it.
It's not using it.
That's seriously, that is my thing. I'm not using it. I think I might actually start doing that this year.
Start doing it, yeah.
Yeah. But well done for. So, like I said, the affiliate club came out this year on Twitch, and the thing is, I agree. It's made it so much easier for people in our position to actually start trying to get a little bit of income into it, a little bit. And we know how difficult it is to get to partner with Twitch, at least.
Colossal, yeah.
God, yeah. Have you seen the actual goals? I think I've got 1 goal left to get to partner. And that is
75 average views.
That's it. The other stuff's done. Well,
it's a big one to ask.
Yeah, so talking about streaming itself, so you've been mainly focused on Twitch at least these last couple of months yourself, haven't you?
Yeah.
And it is nice to see more of that. I think this is why I'm not doing the subscriber thing at the moment, is because with me I've got more of a broad. I do Mixer, I do Twitch, and I do YouTube. And Periscope we started doing this year as well.
Right.
It works. I don't know how, but it works. But like I said, I'm happy that that Twitch is starting to look a little bit more into helping its streamers out where they can. And hopefully we see things like Mixer, who is now owned by Microsoft.
Yeah. And
also YouTube as well. See how they react to how Twitch is doing. Because sooner or later Twitch is...
You've got the bits as well.
Yeah.
You can donate for little bits. I've had a few bits donated.
Yes.
It's just a way of building up that sort of... it's more interaction, isn't it, as well, with the chat and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely.
And a way of you earning an income as well from it.
Well, the thing is, you know me, it's also one thing I do love about it is the automatic hosting side of things as well. The thing is, it's nice because I know that when you start streaming, I know that my channel, I think CTG Podcast, automatically hosts you already, don't they?
Yeah, I think so.
So it is nice to have that, and it gives, with me as well, if I'm not streaming and someone else is, at least it seems like the channel is doing something.
That's it, yeah. I mean, I know I have you on me automatic list, but there's like a big list and it's like random.
Yeah.
Whoever comes on first.
I think it's whatever order you've got. Yeah.
Yeah, you can have it order, or you can click on the random one and it'll choose.
I think, am I on your list, aren't I?
You are.
Yeah, so that is nice. The thing is, that's, like I said, if you do have a group of people that you do work with, especially in Twitch streaming, we do recommend use the auto host because it's such a good tool. I think Twitch itself has got such great tools in the thing.
The tools are there for you to get better and get more noticed.
This is great because this thing that we're doing now is not going to be on Twitch. This is going to be on YouTube.
Well, you can put it on Twitch because you can.
Oh yeah, we can
pass broadcasts and play other videos. You can
I'm just, but me, I'm just too lazy at the moment.
Oh,
I might put this on Twitch as well, just this one in particular, so you can link it over to there, mate.
Yeah,
this is my top 5.
I can always link it, yeah.
But yeah, like I said, Twitch this year, definitely. And the streaming in general this year has been going further and further, and it's great to see it improving even more, especially for the streamers.
Yeah.
Anyway, mate, last one, 2018. What are you excited about?
Just continue streaming.
Continue streaming.
See how far I can put it into it as well. Just trying to get into other aspects of gaming. A friend of mine, he used to be an esports manager.
Okay.
And he's just been hired as a manager as well.
You're not thinking of going down the esports side of things, are you, mate?
No, but it's interesting to know how it works and stuff. I mean, I'm not good enough to play in esports.
I think we're too old.
I don't really know much about gaming skill level, you know, that sort of high age stages. But like I play Rainbow Six and Paladins with a guy who's won. He's a Battlefield world champion.
Okay.
Bad Company 2, Battlefield 3. It's Crips. His name is. He's a Smite semi-pro player now.
Oh wow.
But he plays with us. I know him through this mate I know who's a manager. One Shot Boys on me Twitter. And he's so it's interesting to see that him progressing that as well. He also streams. But I'm just to see how my stream goes and also see what life is like in the pro side of things next year. You know, by hearing the stories and see what goes on.
Well, the thing is, hopefully this year as well, I won't mind you coming, joining us for more video stuff again as well. Like I said, with our podcast now being moved to a monthly thing as well, I won't mind you coming back onto stuff like that. But more, like I said, with Siege, and I won't mind doing a a cult video again, in the future. Well, in the very near future, hopefully.
Yeah.
So, with us, like I said, we've been doing this. I think this is coming up to our Crave Your Game itself is going to be turning 5 this year. Yeah, mate, we've been doing this for 5 years.
Doesn't seem that long.
No, it doesn't, does it? When I was looking at it, I think you gotta remember we did the blog first, and then we started to go down the YouTube side of things, didn't we? I think about a year afterwards. But Crave Your Game as an entity started 5 years on April the 1st. Yeah. Which,
yeah, because I started just after I moved into my house, which is about 5 years, just over 5 years, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, 5.5, nearly 6 years now. Yeah, so it's right, yeah.
Yeah, we're old.
Yeah, we're old.
I know, sorry, mate. But yeah, we've got to think of doing something for this year, haven't we? What is? Oh, God damn, it's Easter this year as well. Bloody hell.
Easter.
It's no, actually, the first is Easter Sunday this year.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, double bonanza, chocolate eggs.
Chocolate eggs and CYG. Let's go.
That's it.
Anyway, mate, thank you so much for joining me for your top 5, mate. And like I said, it's hopefully we'll see more of you this year as well. Myself, definitely, because like I said, I enjoy so much playing games and just talking about gaming with you in general, mate. You do make things so much more, well, interesting, I would say, in a good way.
Thank you very much. In a good way. Yeah.
In a good way. So, and Happy New Year to you, mate, as well.
Happy New Year to yourself.
Yes.
And everyone else.
And everyone else, yes. And of course, join us next time. We might have some more top 5. We don't know who we've got next because I'm too lazy to look at the list. But until then, thank you for joining us. Of course, like, comment, and subscribe. Go to twitch.tv/RedShimmy as well. Go and enjoy some of the streams that he's doing there. What game are you currently playing at the moment, mate?
We've got Paladins, we've got Rainbow Six Siege, and we've got PUBG.
Yes, so go and if you definitely just go over there. I don't care if you don't enjoy that stuff. Just go and watch him. He's entertaining. Promise you.
No offensive stuff in it whatsoever.
I can't guarantee that.
Rated M for mature.
Yes, well, most of that stuff is nowadays, isn't it? I'm surprised we've not got what's it called? Our ad stuff is basically to the minimum. Most of our stuff can go through quite easily. I love it so much. Well, of course, like I said, like, comment, and subscribe. And if you tell us what your top 5 games are as well, we'd like to find out what you guys enjoyed this last year. Until next time, then, thank you for joining us. Happy New Year, and see you later. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye bye.